Hello all, I'm Sai and you're watching the Book Tag. In today's video, I'm bringing to you my answers for the questions in the end of the year book tag. This book tag usually happens during October or November, but this time I'm seeing many booktubers doing this tag, especially in the end of October, and obviously October is just going to end in a week or so, and we are just having 2 more months to finish the year. Hence, I think it will be a good way to track how my reading is going on. Hence, I'm taking this tag, and also as usual, the original link to the video as well as the questions of the tag will be down in the description. Do let your answers down in the comments and I'd like to know them. So without any further ado, let's get into the questions. Question number 1. Are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? I have multiple books which I started this year and did not finish. It's not like DNFing the books, but like temporarily DNFing them because I'm not in the mood to continue with the story. I will read them eventually in the future, but I don't know when. But I think I need to read these 2 books by the end of the year, and both of them are Stephen King books. The first one is Cujo by Stephen King. I actually included this book in my current reads video, which I published last month sometime. That was also during the end of September, and I did not end up finishing this. That's not even great progress done in this one. I just read like 10% of the book or something. The reason that I need to read this book is just because it's really short, and also the concept of this book is really good. A rabid dog trying to kill its owners and them being stuck in a car in a very hot day. Hence they die anyway. If they stay inside the car, they'll get boiled due to the heat and die, or they can come outside and get bit by the dog and die. That concept is something which is really interesting. It sounds really interesting. And the next one is a big huge brick. It's Lizzie's Story, also by Stephen King. Actually, I started Cujo and I just made this much progress, but with Lizzie's Story I just started it this month. I didn't include it in my TV or anything, but the concept of the book just intrigued me a lot, and I also like Stephen King's storytelling way. I made a great progress in this one. You see, more than 1/3 of the book is complete, but I'm not able to push myself further because, see, it's really huge and the font is also really small. Okay, I can see how King actually builds the character and the story really well, and that's what intrigues me to finish this book. Let's just see by the end of the year whether I'm finishing these 2 or not. Question number 2. Do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? For this one also I don't have a specific answer because I'm in India, so we don't have autumn or fall, whatever you call it here. We just have 3 months of summer, 6 months of monsoon, and the rest is winter. We don't have fall at all, and it's not also so regular here. Summers during the time in which the pandemic was on its full year this year, March to May, and after that from June to November we have 2 monsoons, and from December to February we have winter again, which is really cold. So we don't have any transition period in between. But during this time when the weather starts becoming a bit more cooler than normal, I like to read epic fantasies. Normally I like to read fantasies all the time, but this is the time during the year when it feels just so real. Okay, if I read it during the summer, it just feels like a story, but if I read it during winter times, I just become a part of the world and I just eat it and devour the world. That's one of my favorite tastes when it comes to transitional books. We don't have autumn here. That's what I wanted to make clear, and it's the transition from a hot season into a cold season, and I'd like to read epic fantasies then. Also, I don't like cold seasons. Okay, I'm a person who likes hot weather because it just keeps me active, and that's why I've been a bit sluggish for the past 2 or 3 months, and I think it will get better from now on. Let's just wait and see. Question number 3. Is there a new release you're still waiting for? I'm not actually waiting for any new book to get released, but if this question was asked last week, I had an answer then, and it is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I also noticed that the book is available in Storytel right now, so when I get the subscription, I don't have any other second thoughts. I'm just going to listen to this one first because it's just so good in idea, and also the reviews and feedbacks for this book have been so great. Okay, I've not even seen or heard anything even like a little negative about this one, and also the idea of the book, that's what intrigues me the most. It is based on the life of this woman named Addie LaRue, who makes a deal with the devil, and the deal is that she will become immortal, but the catch to the deal is that since she becomes immortal, anyone she meets in her life will not remember her after talking to her or after being in contact with her, and the result is that no one in the world actually knows who Addie LaRue is, and she doesn't have a constant life. This is just so intriguing to even listen to, and I'm waiting to get my hands onto this, and I'm sure that once I end up reading this one, I'll review it in the channel. Question number 4. What are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? Okay, I just had to narrow down a lot of books, and I'm also a bit more doubtful if I'll be able to read all these 3 by the end of the year. But the top 3 books that I have to read are the Bane Chronicles first, and I'm damn sure, okay, no matter what happens, even if the world falls apart, I will finish reading the Bane Chronicles in some way or the other, in some format, and I will review it in my channel and discuss it also. You will see that happening pretty soon. And the next one is My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russett. I said that this is one of my most anticipated reads for the second half of the year in my mid-year freakout tag, and it still remains the same because I want to read this, okay? The concept of this book was also really interesting, and it's mostly based on psychology rather than anything else, and that's what intrigues me the most to read this one. It's literary fiction, not fantasy. And the last one is the answer for the previous question, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by B.E. Schwab. I said what intrigues me the most to read this book in the previous question itself, and these are the top 3 books which I have to read by the end of the year. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to read My Dark Vanessa or not because I don't have the physical copy. Yeah, it is available in audiobook for me, but I want to physically read it. That's why I'm not sure if I'll be able to read that. But the other 2 books I will have read by the end of the year for sure. Question number 5. Is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? For this one also, it's a repeated answer. It's The Bane Chronicles by Cassandra Clare. Okay, the main thing which bothers me a little with the thought of reading this book is that Magnus is one of my all-time favorite characters for sure. Okay, I don't think anyone doesn't like Magnus. Okay, if you don't like Magnus, please grow up. And the thing which makes me a bit doubtful is that I'm going to read about the backstory of Magnus. Okay, he has at least 400 to 800 years of history, and anything might have happened. He might have done anything. He might be a horrible person, he might be a really good person, or he might have grown from a horrible person to the person he is right now. Not sure what's going to happen, but I do trust Cassandra Clare, and I do think that she will make Magnus' story something which I like and adore, and I think it's having a really good probability of becoming one of my favorites of this year. Final question, question number 6. Have you already started making reading plans for 2021? The answer for this one is actually no, because I've been struggling with the reading plans or reading goals that I set in 2020, beginning of 2020 itself, and it's been a kind of a mess right now. I've achieved most of the goals, but I'm terribly suffered in others. But one thing which I'm sure about this month, for the plan for next year, is that by the time the second book in The Last of Us, that is Chain of Thorns, releases, my aim is to finish reading until Chain of Gold, except Magnus' trilogy, that is The Red Scrolls of Magic and The Lost Book of the White. Except these 2 books, all other Shadowhunter Chronicle books need to be read by me. That's my plan right now, and I have a lot to go through. Okay, I have 2 entire series to finish, and I have 3 short story collections, and the first book in that series, which itself accounts for nearly 15 to 16 books. That's a lot. Okay, normally in the 4 months time that we have right now, 16 books is easily doable for me, but with all the other books that I have to read and the other books that I said in the list in this video itself, it's quite a huge number, and I'm sure that I will be able to achieve it, but it's going to be a bit tough. Let's just wait and see. Okay, that's all for today, and don't forget to leave your answers in the comments below. I'd like to know them a lot. And if you did enjoy watching this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also share it to your friends. If you want to get more content from me, do subscribe to the channel because I publish new videos every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.